mouse, or that screen phone, you're watching Spread Those Wings.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Spread Those Wings Chicken Wing Podcast. We are getting wings and blowing money like it's no tomorrow. I bought way too much shit that I did not need today.
I'm proud of myself. I stayed diligent.
To be fair, I did get sneakers, and it wasn't because I wanted them.
Cyber Monday.
It wasn't because I wanted them. I couldn't beat the deal. Nike serving up 50% off what would have been $300 in shoes, and I got to pay them in 4 installments. Smart. But here we are at Ginos Pizza Place on in Tonawanda, across from Kenmore East, because it's debated however we say that word or that.
Says that word?
Heather, how did you say the street that East is on?
Freeze?
Okay. Because I've heard people fight me to death that it's fries.
I've heard fries and...
Spelled fries like French fries. I've heard it pronounced freeze. We're going to go with the woman who went to Kenmore East. She'll tell us best. We are back with 3 flavors. A medium, a hot, and a Sicilian barbecue, which I'm more confident is just a garlic chiavettas.
Yes.
But
It smells delicious.
as you guys can see, my father's back. Fox Ranny,
Yeah, back.
fresh off his record, like 45th turkey bowl.
Yeah, something like that. 145th. Officially the last
You're
one.
not retired yet. We talked about this.
Silver Wheels.
So watch the play.
Ruby needs to watch you. She's eating Cheerios and watching Grandpa play next
That's
year.
what videotapes are for.
We didn't tape it this year because we couldn't. The driver daddy's down there, eyeing the Buffalo Wing View. Let's get into these medium wings.
Medium.
Right hand side.
Rumor had it the rain was coming down like buckets.
Like, oh.
Yeah, I heard there were people melting out there.
We're on this side here?
Yeah. And since you don't actually use blue cheese, we will not make you toast in the blue cheese.
I could die.
Gary, don't get your blue cheese on him. He'll get sick. Do another episode.
I feel like an Oreo cookie. Oh my god, look at it.
The first thing I will say, they were dirt cheap. Well, for what we're used to nowadays. $1.30 a wing.
I'm gonna have to do them without blue cheese because that blue cheese is really good.
Gary, slide me that. They're very slippery.
Slimy but satisfying.
We're replacing these wings.
Where are we placing them?
Yeah.
We'll figure that out in a minute, because I'm a little lost. The blue cheese is phenomenal, though.
You messed up your table.
That's fine. We have, Lord knows we have enough baby wipes.
There's a baby in the house, you said.
There is. I'll start by grading it. I'm kind of glad I had that second wing. The first one wasn't very crispy. The second one had a little more crunch to it. I'll give it a
Same.
7.5.
Same here.
Amount of meat, they were very, very average. I'm going to go 7.5 on that again. Amount of sauce, I'm going to go 6. And it kind of soaked up into it. It wasn't anything like extravagant. I wish there was definitely a little more. It's very, very oil-based. Flavor, I'm going to go 6 also. Very, very just lackluster. That's almost mild-esque. Heather, do we have towel or paper towels or something over there?
There's some in my work bag.
Where is your...
In the
We'll get
kitchen.
that. Finish this up real quick.
The hosts have left.
It's going to be an 8.5 on price. They were really good price, even with how they were. That's a 71 for me. Gary, go for it.
My really only gripe is the crisp. But it's not terrible. So I'm gonna go 7 on the crisp. Meat, I had 2 pretty decent sized drums, so I'm gonna go 8.5. Thank you. Sauce, I will go 7.5. Could use a little bit more sauce. Wasn't a ton at the bottom there. The sauce kind of soaked up in the wing, which is whatever. And then I'm a little on the other side spectrum with flavor where Kyle's at. I did like the flavor. It wasn't a hot medium, but I liked the flavor that it had, especially blending with the blue cheese. I'm going to go with an 8 on the flavor. And then an 8.5 on the price. I do agree that the price is fine. Can't beat that price. 79.
Fox?
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off the pricing, seeing as I'm not a big wing guest here, but I mean I have to say an 8.5 is an 8.5. We're gonna go with what? Meat?
Yep.
I had 2 decent sized drums. I'm not a flat guy. I have to say they were about an 8. And then we're going with
Crisp.
Crisp. Kind of like what Gary said. My first one was kind of like eh. Second one a little more crisp, so about a 6.5.
Amount of sauce to your liking.
I'd give that an 8.
So you aren't a huge, very saucy wing guy.
No, I mean I thought it had a little bit of a sweet kick to it, for a mild, right?
So then, your thoughts on the flavor?
I mean it was a little bit different, but traditional.
Score?
On the sauce
Flavor.
or flavor, I definitely give it an 8.5.
You're going to roll in right with Gary to 79. Now this is like, we've seen the chevettas before. I've never really heard of it as advertised as a Sicilian barbecue. I am losing blue
I did
cheese.
hear that it almost has freshly sliced
You heard about that?
yeah.
What to tell you off air.
Oh no. So here we go with these Sicilian barbecue. That is a lot of whatever that is in the bottom.
Lord.
Holy shit.
Let me do this because this is
Yo.
getting sloppy here.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is different.
I'm gonna try to get it dry as I can get here.
I'm going to take 2 so that I can do one with one out.
That is different, for sure. How? I had a random middle bone?
I definitely taste the chevetta's kick. And that's what you're calling it.
Like
Yeah.
that vinegar based or whatever you want to call it.
It's vinegar based, for sure. One thing I've learned, they are very, very oily with their sauces.
Oh yeah, look at the oil on my fucking napkin.
I was covered in oil on my fingers, man. That's a bit much.
You know what it's missing though? It's like a sprinkle of the Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, it would probably make it a little better. You gotta clear the top here. Fox, do you want to start us off?
Well, that one I had, drum, meat, a little bit on the low side, so I go like maybe a 5.5. So we're gonna go sauce next, right?
Yep.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
As we all know, I'm not a big barbecued wing fan. And the sauce was kind of not saucy, it was more oily, watery.
Marinade.
Yeah, if that's what you want to say. I mean, obviously for chevettas, that's what you're going to get. 6, I give it.
Crisp.
Crisp. The fact that it was very saucy, wasn't a lot of crisp. I'll give it a 6 also.
Flavor.
A generous 6. Flavor, it wasn't for me. I'm going to give it a 4.
And price. which I know it's an 8.5, but if you don't like it, it's not always got to be an 8.5.
No, I'm priced. I don't know if I would buy these again, so I might give it a 7.
Still generous about how they're priced, but not for him. 57.
Sorry guys if that's a low score, but
No,
That's all right.
because like I'm a little in the middle on this as well.
I think I'm on your wavelength.
Crisp, I'm gonna give them a 7.5. It was crispier than that, but I think it's because the flats being on the grill are just
charged.
Yeah, I
annihilating
saw
the
yours.
char.
It was like coal. Yeah.
Like that is that's not coming back anytime soon. Meat, I'm gonna go 6.5. Seemed a little smaller. I don't know if it is the whole they put them on the grill and they shrunk up a little, but it had to. But I think they killed these on the grill. Like they, both of my bones were shattered. Amount of sauce. It's gonna be a 6. Like it was more than that, but it wasn't like a good sauce. Flavor. I'm gonna go 6. Also, like I like Chevette's wings if done right. Excuse me, but it was overpowered by the char. And I'll give them an 8 on the price. Like they're cheap wings. Like they have that claim to fame. They're one of the cheaper in Buffalo. It's a 68 for me. Gary?
Yeah, I mean, my really big complaint is there's not a ton of flavor to it because it gets killed by the char. I think these were on the char too long. Even the drums are a little bit too strong. I mean, Kyle's flats, I mean, those weren't even going to be able to get reincarnated.
No. No. There's a DOA on those fuckers.
Yeah. So that's my really only big thing. And they don't taste like garbage. I'm not hating on them. I just like
It's not the worst charred wing I've had.
no. Crisp, I'm gonna go with. Which the weird thing is, like, with how charred it wasn't too insanely crispy. So I'm gonna go with like a 7.5 on the crisp. Definitely crispy enough. Meat, I'm gonna go with a 7.5 as well. I had 2 drums. They were smaller than the rest of the medium wings. And then sauce, it's more of like an oil slash. I don't know. There's not really a dry rub on it, but it's got something on there. I'm gonna go with a 6.5. I think it's too oily, but the flavor just didn't pop out enough. And then flavor, I'm going to go with a 6. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not hating on it. It's just not something I prefer. If this was a wing that blew me out of the water with flavor, I'd grade it accordingly. And then I'm gonna keep the price generous. I had an 8.5 on the price. I'll just knock it down to like a 7.5. Doesn't kill them too much on price, but I wouldn't go there for these again. That's not my thing.
ditto.
70.
Yeah.
So it doesn't murder the wing, but
I feel like if you were going, and that's the thing we always want to do, ordering them online, they were super, super friendly. You had the ability to call out and request extra crispy, extra saucy, and there was no upcharge on any of those options.
that's nice.
So, excuse me. If I'm going to go at the price they are and get some mediums or hots and maybe get them extra saucy, yeah, man, I'm here for it. Like, but it's we're one hot wing away from not having a stellar score here. So let's finish this up, I guess.
I can tell these probably aren't very hot.
No, and like I guess the thing of it is a pizza place. So
Right.
it is a standard of a standard pizza place for sure.
Standard of a standard.
That is something we've used to.
I will say though, their blue cheese phenomenal.
Yeah, their homemade blue cheese is banging.
Louis got a lot to say about that.
She always does.
It's almost the same exact flavor, if not the same flavor as the medium.
I'm excited about this bottom of the barrel here. don't even know if that's Frank's.
One without. That wing had a lot of fatty piece on it.
And the one benefit I will say, their blue cheese can save even the worst thing. Blue cheese is delicious.
Very chunky, which I like chunky blue cheese.
It's not necessarily my run up here. Gary, if you're ready.
Yeah, ready. Crisp 7.5, basically similar to the other wings. Some of the wings are very fatty, but they got those like fat pieces on them. I noticed that more with these wings than any other wings. I don't know if it's just the batch or the vendor, whatever. Meat, I'm gonna go with a 8. I think it was decent enough. Sauce, I will give them a little bit more on the sauce than the medium. I think I'll do a 7.5 on their sauce. It was decent enough. Flavor, 7. Not really a hot wing. It's basically the same flavor as the medium. I didn't really taste a difference. And then price, I'll keep it an 8.5. If you like cheap medium, cheap hot wings, if this is your go-to and add some pizza to it, I can see why it's not.
That's your traditional pizzeria wing.
100%.
It's 77.
The one thing I will say before I have.
I mean, it's across the
Fox
street from
go.
a high school, so like.
Yeah. Someone's grabbing that on lunch every day and they're
Right.
not sad. They haven't experienced the glories of Elmo's yet because they don't have a car or something. Flat out, my biggest gripe that I will tell you. I don't know if I'm going to say gripe. My biggest thing I'm going to tell you, if you are somebody who's ever looking for like plain wings to sauce yourself and you're too lazy to cook them, this is probably the place to go. They cook a decent wing, like without their sauce on it or like super oily sauce. I bet you it's really crispy and they're dirt cheap. So we'll give them the kudos there. Fox, give us your rundown.
We'll go right back to the price. I'll say 7.5. I mean, that might be something you order, like Gary said, with a pizza or something. Sauce, it was a little bit, probably the sauciest, which traditionally, that was like more of a medium than a hot, but
Yeah.
it was definitely saucy, so I'd give it a 7.5. And the meat, the wing I had was a little bit light on meat, but I'd still give it like a 7.
Crisp.
Crisp, 6.5. The one I had wasn't real crispy, but
And flavor.
flavor, I'll give it a 7.
You're going to roll in with a 71. I'm not going to be far off from either of you guys, quite honestly. It's a 6 on the crisp. I had one piece of like crispy chicken and that whole 2 wings I had. Meat, I'll give them an 8.5. We'll give them the benefit. Both of my flats on that side were very large. Very large, very meaty, and they weren't undercooked for how like they weren't very crispy. Sauce, I'll step them up to an 8. I'm going to try to do my damnedest. I don't want to bury these guys. But flavor, it's a 6. Like, I can only go so far. I'm not going to BS. That is your introductory... That is baby's first hot wing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give them an 8 still on the
So
price.
you'd call that a Fisher Price hot wing?
That is a Fisher Price hot wing. I'm giving them an 8 on the price. Like, they are still cheap. They weren't bad wings by any means. It's just like...
They were just
That is the definition for what you hear for college kids of D's get degrees. Like, it's a passable wing, but there was no flair to it. 73 for me. Interesting times, and we've had better. I almost said let's go to Eddie Brady's downtown. We still have not done that place. We've got a lot of them. Problem is we just got to start shifting the days we record.
Yeah.
Still got to go to the place over near the new Brighton splash pad that never opened. 290
the
slide.
garage.
The garage, 290 slide. There's a lot of good places.
The garage has different weird operating hours.
They're horrible operating hours.
You also have to go there because they don't answer their phone.
Yeah, they never answer the phone for us, and Gary and I tried going there after a Sabres game on a Friday night one night, and they were closed on a Friday. We still have to get to
Taylor's has got wings on the boulevard.
Ponies. Taylor's. We can do two dudes eating foods and get a Reuben.
Still my number one Reuben.
Although you had a close second in
I
Erie.
did. Max and Irma's.
Speaking of Erie,
Plug.
Otis 12s for chicken wings. 72 flavors?
I don't know. There's so many.
Something obscene.
I did that.
That's my spot.
I seen it on the menu down there.
Otis 12s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to Otis 12s?
No, but I checked it out. And then there was another place down at the marina on the Bayside.
That was probably the place
But they're
right next to the amphitheater?
If the amphitheater is right near the bay, right?
I believe
Or
so.
the harbor.
I think it's probably right. We probably walked right past that
But
place.
they were on their winter operating hours, open only Fridays and Saturdays.
Gary, you want to give us your rundown?
Yeah, TikiTribeTVPro.squarespace.com. All of our current, past, and future podcasts will be on that website. All of our sponsors are on that website. Speaking of sponsors, use the code 716 on chicken_dippin'. Get 50% off on any of your orders on the beautiful ramekins here. We use them on every episode. And
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amphitheater's right there.
I'm drawing a blank. So you AWS wing
Angel wing sauce and the blood of Jesus
sauce.
rib sauce.
Check that out. Got some phenomenal flavors to that.
I pulled out a jar of that still after last week's episode because I
Yeah.
still have it.
I'll kick it off to you because I think that's it.
Fox, any shout outs you want to give before we take off?
Here's calling it a career at Turkey Bowl.
You were not.
The cleats are going up in the rafters. If you want to stop by and
The
sign
cleats can only go up in the
them,
rafters.
we'll donate them to a charity.
The cleats can only go up in the
Salvation Army.
rafters if you let Franco use the nail gun again.
That's right, I could.
And I will sell tickets for that. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Shout out to Jeanette at the beauty parlor. Her and her sister holding it down. Her sister's doing some tattoo work over there now.
That'd be cool. We should
just-
do like a live episode and get tattoos on the episode.
It's just little stuff. You
Yeah.
saying your nipples?
No, I said like little
Oh.
tattoos.
I was like, I mean, it would perfectly fit on your nipple. They're only tiny.
Little
tiny.
tattoos of nipples.
Yeah, I mean, that, like a third nipple tattoo. That'd be pretty funny. Shout out to the other shows on the network, Unhinged and Untethered.
I was trying to shout them out, but then my brain was
You
like,
forgot about what it is.
Yeah.
Just gonna start calling it milkshakes and earthquakes or something.
Yeah.
That'd be a great name too. Sit in a simulated earthquake room and drink milkshakes.
Yeah.
See who pukes first. It's your brother. Spoiler alert. He always puked first. Shout out to there's a draft or no. Yeah? There's a draft in here.
Is there a draft?
Yeah, I thought I was calling it by the old name. I think that'll do it though. Gary? Until next time, you guys keep on spreading those wings. Spread your legs.
Consensually.
Peace out.
Cue the music.